Good evening. My name is Jenna Cargill, and I'm the hearing officer in the legal division for the Department of Public Utilities. I do understand that some folks might be joining us via Zoom. Please note that the department did not notice this hearing as a virtual hearing, so we won't be able to take comments from folks on Zoom. Also, we don't have interpretation services set up for folks joining us on Zoom. I will note that the department will have a virtual hearing next Thursday, April 16th at 7 p.m. So feel free to join that hearing. And we are accepting written comments through April 17th. Joining me up here tonight is from the department, our Commissioner Stacy Rubin, Paige Smalley from the department's Electric Power Division, and Amanda McLeod from the department's Gas Division. Commissioner Rubin is one of the 3 decision makers working with staff on this proceeding. I will note that tonight's hearing is being interpreted into Spanish. As you walked in, if you needed this service, you received an earpiece and instructions on how to access the Spanish language interpretation. A stenographer is here as well and will transcribe everything that is said tonight. For anyone who will offer comment tonight, I would ask that you please speak clearly and at a moderate pace. This will help ensure that the stenographer transcribes and the interpreter interprets your comments accurately. And for anyone who just walked in, there is a sign-up sheet up front for comments if you would like to comment. This is a public hearing regarding the matter docketed as DPU 24194, petition of Boston Gas Company, Massachusetts Electric Company, and Nantucket Electric Company, collectively National Grid or companies, for approval of a targeted electrification demonstration project and associated proposed reconciling mechanism to recover the costs of the project. National Grid states that the goal of the demonstration project is to decommission one or more segments of leak-prone gas pipeline through voluntary customer electrification. Under the proposed demonstration project, National Grid will offer approximately 118 residential gas customers in Winthrop and Leominster, Massachusetts, to switch all of their existing gas appliances to electric appliances, including air source heat pumps at no upfront cost. National Grid states that all of the customers served by a segment of leak-prone gas pipe will need to agree to participate so that the segment of gas pipe can be decommissioned through the demonstration project. If the demonstration project is approved as filed, and all 118 residential gas customers agree to participate, the companies estimate that the total cost of the demonstration project will be $17.1 million. National Grid proposes to recover the costs of the demonstration project through a new reconciling mechanism, which the companies refer to as the Targeted Electrification Demonstration Project Provision. The specific way National Grid proposes to recover the costs of the demonstration project is described in the notice. If the department approves National Grid's demonstration project as filed, National Grid states that electric residential basic service customers with a typical usage of 600 kilowatt hours per month would experience a monthly bill increase of 6 cents in year 1 and 56 cents in year 2. Electric low-income residential basic service customers with a typical usage of 600 kilowatt hours per month would experience a monthly increase of 4 cents in year 1 and 38 cents in year 2. The department required the companies to publish notice of tonight's hearing in state and local newspapers, to display the notice on the company's websites, and to provide copies of this notice to the town manager, town council, and town clerk of Winthrop for posting in the town hall, to stakeholders identified in the company's stakeholder engagement plan, and to any individual who had requested to receive service. The companies submitted proof of publication and website posting. The purpose of this public hearing is to allow anyone to provide their comments concerning the company's proposal to assist the department in its investigation. This is the second of 2 in-person public hearings we have scheduled in this matter. The first was held on April 7th in Leominster, Massachusetts. We will also hold a virtual public hearing using the Zoom platform on April 16th at 7 p.m. At this time, may I please have appearance of counsel for the companies?
Good evening, my name is Bess Gorman and I represent Boston Gas Company, Massachusetts Electric Company, and Nantucket Electric Company doing business as National Grid.
Thank you. And is anyone from the Attorney General's office here?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Assistant Attorney General William Rose for the AG's office.
Thank you. Is the Department of Energy Resources represented here tonight? Conservation Law Foundation? Sierra Club? Environmental Defense Fund? Okay. All right, thank you. Do the companies wish to make a statement at this time before we turn to the public for comment? Yes. Please state your name and spell your name for the stenographer.
Hello, my name is Adrienne Agarwal. I spelled it already. And I work as a lead program manager for National Grid. I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for attending today and thank you, the Department of Public Utilities, for offering this opportunity to hold a hearing on the targeted electrification demonstration program that we've proposed. I'll just give a brief overview for those who are unfamiliar with it. National Grid is committed to addressing climate change and advancing cleaner energy solutions for customers. On December 6th of last year, National Grid proposed a targeted electrification demonstration program in the communities of Winthrop and Leominster. The goals of the demonstration program are to decommission one or more segments of aging gas pipeline through voluntary customer electrification and gain learnings on how to do so at scale. Under the proposed program, National Grid will offer approximately 118 residential gas customers in Winthrop and Leominster the opportunity to replace all their existing gas appliances with electric appliances at no upfront cost. That could mean they would be able to replace their gas furnace with an air source heat pump that provides both heating and cooling, a gas stove with a modern electric induction stove, or a gas dryer with an electric dryer. As an extra incentive, customers who take part will also be able to receive a smart thermostat, a smart electric panel, professional installation of all equipment, and customer support throughout the process. One of the reasons National Grid chose Leominster and Winthrop is because these 2 communities have some gas pipes that are old and so will need to be replaced in the coming years. If some of the customers who are eligible for this program agree to replace all their gas appliances with electric appliances, then National Grid can avoid replacing those gas pipes. That has the benefit of avoiding money that would have been spent on replacing those pipes, a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, and will also play a part in helping Massachusetts reach its climate goals. Another reason that National Grid chose Leominster and Winthrop is that National Grid is both the gas and utility and the electric utility there. Because it is both, that will make it easier for National Grid to help customers make the transition from natural gas to electricity, and will also make it easier for National Grid to learn the best way to help people in other communities make the gas to electric transition. So if you're interested in participating in this program, please see a National Grid staff to share your contact information once the hearing concludes. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, the department will receive comment on the company's proposal. The department traditionally allows federal, state, and local officials the opportunity to speak first during the public comment portion of the hearing. I know the Attorney General is represented here tonight. Does the Attorney General wish to make a statement?
Not at this time, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any elected or appointed federal, state, or local officials present who would like to make a statement? Okay, hearing none, we will now hear from members of the public. As I mentioned earlier, a stenographer will transcribe your comments, and we have a Spanish interpreter here. So again, to ensure that the stenographer transcribes your comments accurately and the interpreter interprets your comments accurately, please speak clearly and at a moderate pace. And because this public hearing is a very important source of information for the department, we want to be sure that as many people as possible can speak tonight. So I am asking that each speaker keep their comments brief and to the point and be mindful of the fact that there are other speakers who wish to comment. Finally, please note that this is an opportunity for all of you to provide your comments and concerns about the company's petition. It is not an opportunity to question the companies. The companies will have representatives available to answer individual questions following the hearing. Similarly, it is not meant to be an opportunity to question the department on how it will conduct this investigation. Because this is an ongoing investigation, the department is not permitted to discuss the substance of any issues presented in the company's petition. We had a sign-up sheet at the front of this space tonight. No members of the public signed up to comment. Are there any members of the public present tonight who would like to comment at this time?
Yeah, sorry, did
Oh,
I,
hold on one second. If you could please,
should I sign up over there?
no, if you could stand and then just state and spell your name for the stenographer.
Yes, so my name is Karina, Carina, last name Campo Basso, Campobasso. And I'm a resident of Winthrop. I'm also active with a group called Mothers Out Front.
Can I just ask you to slow down just a little bit?
Okay, sorry.
Thank you so much.
I'm also active with a group called Mothers Out Front, Massachusetts. And I'm a volunteer also with the Sierra Club. Just so you know, I'm not here though in an official capacity with the Sierra Club. I will say the Sierra Club strongly supports this initiative by National Grid. We're very happy to hear that the pipes will be decommissioned, gas pipes will be decommissioned. I did see a map at one point of the neighborhoods that National Grid was thinking of targeting. So the one thing that I have a question about or comment about is basically, I think that the residents have more or less already been identified because they are people that are on those sections of pipe or are served by those sections of pipe that National Grid is already aware are leaky. So I'm not sure, I'm a little curious to why you're asking for like the members of the whole town of Winthrop to see if they're eligible to participate when it's only a limited number. I think it's
Could you
slower?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a total of 118 in Leominster and Winthrop, so it's like, under 50, I think, in Winthrop, right? So I that's all I had to say.
All right, thank you
Thank
for
you.
your comment. Anyone else? Yes, sir. Could you please stand and state and spell your name?
Norman Hyatt, Hyett. I'm co-chair of the Citizens Advisory Commission on Climate. I have two questions. Is it 118 in each community, or is it 118 divided by the two communities?
I would direct you to National Grid, so you could talk to them after the hearing.
And the other question I have is, at 56 cents a kilowatt for tier 2 for the people who do this, it's going to be somewhere around $360 or something like that a month. I pay extra for this. And how long does that go on?
Again, I would direct you to the company to answer those questions. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes. Can you please state and spell your name?
Sure. My name is Jocelyn Lee. That's Jocelyn, last name Leb. Good evening, Commissioner Rubin, hearing officer Cargill and members of staff. My name is Jocelyn Lee. I'm an attorney at Conservation Law Foundation, a nonprofit environmental advocacy organization working to protect New England's environment for the benefit of all people. I'm presenting these comments on behalf of CLF as well as our partner organizations, Environmental Defense Fund and Sierra Club.
Sorry, could you slow down just a little bit?
Sure. CLF, EDF, and Sierra Club are generally supportive of National Grid's targeted electrification demonstration program. Massachusetts is already experiencing the impacts of climate change, and as a coastal community, Winthrop is particularly vulnerable to flooding from sea level rise and to increased severity and frequency of storms. We must take action now to slash greenhouse gas emissions and transition to using clean energy resources. Research has shown that electrification is one of the most cost-efficient ways of achieving this task. The demonstration project represents an important opportunity for National Grid to gain valuable insight into the process of targeted decommissioning of the gas system and to comply with the department's directives in Order 2080B. This project is the first of many targeted electrification projects that will take place as the Commonwealth decarbonizes its building sector and is an important learning opportunity. For customers who participate in the demonstration program, the benefits will include cleaner indoor air conditioning in homes that currently must use fans or window units, and upgraded appliances that could in turn help to increase property values. As the Commonwealth looks for ways to manage the high energy burden borne by ratepayers in the Commonwealth, CLF, EDF, and Sierra Club recommend that the department carefully consider the underlying assumptions of the anticipated costs of the demonstration program in furtherance of achieving our clean energy transition in a just and equitable manner. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. With that, I would like to thank everyone for attending tonight and thank you all for your comments. Like I mentioned, the companies do have representatives available to talk with you about your individual concerns. With that, oh, and one more thing for anyone joining us via Zoom, I'll say again that the department is holding a virtual hearing next Thursday, April 16th at 7 p.m. and we're also accepting written comments through April 17th. With that, this public hearing is now adjourned, off the record.